Well, welcome again. We have a chance to demonstrate how to develop a form in PHP. And just for your information, a form is a container that we will use to collect data or information. Let's call it data because it is in its raw state. Probably want to collect data from customers, from patients, and so many others. So we use a form. So we want to design a form, and then we will want to validate this form and then see how then can we connect this form to the database, so that when I submit, my data can actually go to the database. So from there, allow me to take you through this. We're going to build our form here, and our form is just going to be a simple one. I'll direct the process. So I'll have this is a PHP file, but we are still incorporating HTML because you cannot purely do PHP without the aid of HTML. So in this case, let's develop our form. So I will have that, and probably I would want to have the title. Okay, the title. That is how you do the title. It's a keyword in our manner, HTML. So we want to do it here and call it forms. Let's start that. Then we close this header. We want to close the header. So we close the head here, like that. Then we have to open the body. And then let's close the body. Once you close the body, you will need to close the HTML also, because it will be the last thing to be closed down here. So inside the body, that is where we are going to do our work. So we need to define the form here and their components of developing the form that you need to incorporate. So here we will say form, and then we will want to maybe we can give it a name. In this case, let's just give it a name, patient. And then we will say that the method that we will use, here is equals to we want to post. I will be able to explain much about post. So we would leave it at that point. So let's get into the inner, but again we have to close this form just to be sure. So we're gonna have a form that will have some elements. So one of the elements that we want is you probably enter your name. So let me just have the label, and then I say name. Then I close this label. If I save this work right now and then I come back to this is running on the server side. So if I am able to run that, of course it will ask me if I want to submit. You can see I only have this name here, and also up here you see the name of the form. So the name is going to be text. So we will say input type is equals to, then we quote, it's going to be text. And it's important that we also give these items names that we will use to identify them. So probably would want to say name, then instead we now say maybe p name, like that. we wouldn't really want to go into the details of other issues, so we will do that. Save it again, come back, because it's a PHP form. Anytime you refresh, you don't have to submit. So let's submit, and you can see we have this as our container here. This is where you are supposed to enter data. So we will would want also to capture data, probably about let's change this to have as first name, and then instead we can call it as F name. Then we can have another label, label, and then we can call this second name, close this label. Then the input will be the same. We type just to text. Then we can have the name of that item being equal to maybe S name. So yes, that is it. So S name, when you refresh this, see we have two components. So just to make sure that they appear not on the same line, we can break it, or we can do it better later on. So we break it and then we refresh. You see they are so close to each other. Maybe I can introduce another breaker line to have them as two. Then we would want to also capture the phone number of the patient. Will come later, but let's say you want to capture, we'll have the label again, and this time around we want to now type the gender would be what we want. So we have this label here, and in the process we will be able to use what we call a radio buttons. So our input type for this input type would be same as radio. Then we give it a name, and we can give it a name that says gender. Okay, gender. Then we can have the value being male. Okay, so here we'll have male. Again I will have another input, so instead I can just copy this and then I change here to female. Radio name, gender, female. So with this I have two of them, but probably you could have people would not want to say their gender. So in that case, probably would want to, we have to change this to female. female, and we change this maybe to other. Radio buttons are used to, when they are grouped together, these radio buttons will be used to only allow a selection of one element. So we have this form appearing that way, so we can have another label, and this label this time around we probably want to enter the maybe phone number, and we would say yes, we close the label. Okay, and then you can say now here input type, again type is equals to, this time around let's say number, give it a name, probably call it equals to phone, like that, close it. You would want to enter the email, so we can say input, let's have the label first, label, email, label. We can copy this, and once we copy, just change some few things. Instead of saying input type, we can still call it as text. I'll be sharing some few things on that, of course. Then later on you will have to we want to have a button, input type. This button is going to be used for specific task, and then I'm saying this one is type is reset. I'm also going to have another input type immediately, and sorry for that, input type, and then the type will be, say what, the submit. So if we save this one and then we go back and try to refresh, you will see that what we have is as you can see. So let's just format it by breaking, introduce a breakpoints. I want to introduce a breakpoint here after this one. I would also want to introduce a breakpoint here, and then after the email value has been entered. So here you can see now the form looks a bit arranged, but we need to break this one also. That is between, where is it now, phone number and email. Yes, we need to break it at this point. So we save it again, you will see. So this is how your form looks like. You can use CSS to rearrange and choose how your interface looks like, but ideally that is how you are supposed to do. Right now, if I enter some data here, I can be able to reset using that. If I do this, I'm able to send. This one here, it should allow you to only select one element at a time, not more than one. You cannot be male and female at the same time according to this interface. So we can do the alignment using a PHP, but you see I have not restricted anything here. Validation can be done using HTML, a bit of it, like we cannot submit a blank page if that is a required field, and I'll be showing you how to do that as we also incorporate other validation rules. Good time, and thank you for tuning in to do this. More and more, learn at your own pace and be a guru.